hours ago, 3 more hostages kidnapped on October 7th have been released after 498 days in Hamas captivity. American Sagi Dekelhen and 2 others, Alexander Trufanov and Yair Horn, were exchanged for 369 Palestinian prisoners being held in Israeli jails. The 3 men appeared on a stage surrounded by Hamas fighters and were then led into Red Cross vehicles and taken across the border back home to Israel. Today's release comes with a looming deadline set by President Trump that all hostages will be released by 12 o'clock today. Joining us live from Tel Aviv, Jotam Confino, a Middle East correspondent for the Telegraph. Jotam, good morning from New York. Great to see you again. Let's start with these hostages. They were released just a few hours ago while most of us in the U.S. were sleeping. What do we know about their condition?
So unlike the hostages that came out a week ago that looked like Holocaust survivors, these 3 men look as if they're in okay and decent physical condition. Yair is the one that looks like he's lost the most weight, but they do look like they're at least in decent physical condition. As for their mental condition, we simply don't know, but they have now been reunited with their families. They're back in Israel, and the first footage is coming out of them meeting their loved ones, and what is very emotional, of course, for them. And as for the deadline that you mentioned, there's been a lot of chaos this week because of Hamas first saying they wouldn't release the hostages. Then Donald Trump came with his ultimatum saying all hostages should be released this Saturday, as in today. And then Netanyahu, the prime minister, said he agrees with Trump. But it looks as if Israel has accepted going back to the original deal, which is that only 3 hostages are coming out every week. But Donald Trump has basically given Israel green light to go to war again with Hamas if they want to.
Expect the ceasefire to continue. You mentioned that what Trump said, that deadline is causing a lot of chaos on the ground. How do you think it will impact the ceasefire? What are you hearing in Tel Aviv?
So for Netanyahu, this is crucial to get the United States backing to go to war with Hamas again, because this is essentially what Netanyahu wants. But the question is, how long can he wait with sabotaging or simply declaring war with Hamas again? Because there's huge pressure from inside Israel on the government to continue this ceasefire as long as possible until all hostages have been released. And there are still 73 hostages in Gaza. Most of them are dead, but they're still in there. So this is a huge dilemma. I can tell you that tomorrow, Marco Rubio will meet with Netanyahu. And as far as I'm concerned, according to the sources that I speak to, he will raise the issue of implementing the second phase of the ceasefire. So for now, it looks as if the government will continue this ceasefire, but every day is really a test for all of it.
Let's talk about one of those released this morning. A lot of focus on Sagi Dekelhen. He's an Israeli-American. He reunited with his wife today. He has a new daughter that was born while he was in captivity. What more do we know about him and his family this morning, Jotam?
So he was just reunited with his wife, as you see here on the images, a very emotional reunion because Sagi hasn't met his daughter yet. He has 2 other children, but his 3rd child, his daughter, he's never met her. So he's, of course, extremely thrilled to be back. Sagi managed to stay with his family on October the 7th when he made sure that his wife and his two children were safe inside the house in what is known as a safe room. But Sagi was, of course, kidnapped, but now he's back and is going to meet his daughter for the first time.
All right, Jotam Confino, always a pleasure. Thank you, live from the ground in Tel Aviv. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.